Yes. Hello, friends. This is Mike again, coming to you from here. I hope you guys are doing well. Today happens to be, I guess, the last day of the year 2020, and it's been a year filled with ups and downs, which is expected. Because this is life. Life is filled with ups and downs, but only those who stay focused and who desire to scale through really do scale through. And let me just briefly talk about what I call the power of self-scrutiny, what you can also call self-talking. That is to say that you take revisions of your thoughts, because the human mind, we can avoid a lot of things in life, but one thing we cannot and can never avoid is to receive thoughts. Most times those thoughts, some of them are positive, while some other times some of them are very, very negative. And like I said in one of my previous videos, I said that the power of that the enemies of a person are within his own home, and your home in this case being your mind. And then there is one other way to take care of this very aspect of human existence, and this has to do with self-scrutiny. Because when you receive these thoughts, they come freely. And if you are conversant with the sessions of meditation, you will see the guided meditators tell you about how to receive your thoughts and then observe them and allow them to pass by, so that you don't get them to corrupt your state of being at that moment. And I tell you that this is true. And then I want to talk about the power of self-scrutiny, self-talking, because when you receive these thoughts, it is for you as the receiver to sort of classify them, organize them, and then prune them, because you are more or less a gardener, since your mind is the garden of the Creator, where you receive all the things you receive from negative to positive and from indifferent thoughts. And then your duty is, as a gardener in this garden of the Creator, which is your mind, to prune them. Because if you go to a garden, what the gardener does is to prune the plants, the flowers, and put them in order, and the ones that need to be cut out should be cut out. This is what a gardener does. So as long as your mind, the garden of God, is concerned, you are the gardener, and you should be able to prune some of these offshoots that may hurt the look of the garden. This is what you do. So when you receive these thoughts, self-talking makes you classify them, organize them, and be able to prune and cut out the ones that are not necessary for your growth as a human being. So this is the subject of my discussion, and of course of this video. And I guess it's going to come to you with the intention that is intended, which is to tell you that you have the right and the power to decide what happens in your life. Nobody else does, because you are the gardener and your mind is the garden. Okay, so this is my take for today. I'm going to have to make it very brief, and I hope that you take it. This is my intention for today, to enable us see that we are actually the architects of our destinies, and that we can decide the thoughts we put into use and the ones we discard. The choice is ours, as always. But I advise you, if it's up to me to do so, to take your thoughts seriously and see that they are the ones that actually shape our lives. Our thoughts shape our lives. That's why in one of my YouTube podcasts, I said that thoughts are money. Because the reason why I said that thoughts are money is because, every thought that comes into your mind it's like an investment. And what makes it an investment for the future? Because if you receive a thought now, this moment, the effect of that thought, as long as your life is concerned, becomes something that looks up to the future. So your thoughts are investments. So if they are investments for your future, I believe that it is advisable for one to sort of invest in honorable, noble thoughts that will not only affect our lives in the now, but also, of course, affect our lives in the future, because they are investments. And these investments, we are responsible for their outcomes, and the outcomes of whatever we have in our lives, of course, reflect the state of our ability to prune what we need to prune and to retain what we have to retain. So the choice is usually ours, and that's why we are co-creators in this world. You know, the life force that created everything in existence could not have continued, or could not have allowed us to continue to remain in the Stone Age. So what this gracious, lovely creator did was to give us the power of the wonderful human imagination with which we have been able to create this whole world. Whatever you see anywhere on earth, apart from the basic creative natural elements, are created by man. And it usually starts from the mind, from human imagination, because human imagination is the only thing that we have. The only thing that the world is about, our imagination. There is nothing else out there. And the creator that we search in the skies and wherever else is actually our wonderful human imagination. And with this imagination, we were able to create ships, spaceships, aeroplanes, jets, good ones, destructive ones. Everything comes from the imaginative powers of a human being, which is that similarity that we have received with the creative force that made everything possible in existence. And then this, of course, takes us also into consideration, to the fact that the existence as it is, now talking about all the stratas and all the, degrees and levels of existence, talking about the still inanimate degree of existence, then you talk about the vegetative degree of existence, and then you talk about the animate, and then you come to the human speaking level. Everything is intermingled. And I tell you something, human suffering, because of how we are able or not able to organize and classify our thoughts and prune them in such a way that they will become, what they should be in the context of our existence as human beings. This go a long way to affect every strata of existence. All these levels of existence are affected through the anguishes that we experience as human beings in life. I tell you this, that even the domesticated animals are affected. Animals in the wild are affected. Even the still degrees of existence are affected. Everything is affected, which is why the human being, everything created in existence is to aid the development of the human being, to such a time when the human being will come to understand that there is nothing else out there apart from our imagination, and that we owe ourselves and the other degrees of existence this obligation to mind what we entertain in our hearts and our minds, so that we will be able to come out of this quagmire of an existence that we have found ourselves, where human ego has taken over the control of what should be freedom in our lives. So the subject, like I said before, is to observe what I call self-talking and self-scrutiny of our lives, of our existence, so that we will maintain this balance that is necessary to bring peace in our world. This may be a lot, to take in at the moment, but this is how I receive it, and I hope it comes to you with the intention that I have in my mind. So as soon as I receive these thoughts, of course, like I promised, I will keep making them available to you. I love you, and this is the intention behind this. The intention behind this is love, nothing else. Nobody knows it all. I don't know it all, but I know that somehow everyone has to develop at his own pace, and what I'm telling you now is the way I feel that it is, and the way I have come to be conscious of our existence as human beings, and I come to you with love, as I said before. So if you want to develop as a person, you are responsible for that development. Nobody else is. And we all are here as interdependent human beings to support you. And then that's why I said, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, if you think that we can be of help, come to Life Goal Solutions, and we will help to bring those thoughts, those passions, and everything you have inside and they want to portray and bring to the world. We will bring them out there, and then it will be, of course, marvelous. It's nice talking to you. I love you all. This is me, and I say good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on your time zone. And from me, from here, it's good evening. This is Mike, by the way.